Right, so hello and welcome back to Books and Things, and welcome to another BookTube shout-out video in my sort of month of shout-outs to celebrate the fact that I've been on BookTube a year and that BookTube is in general wonderful. So last time I spoke about my favourite booktubers who talk about Victorian literature, and today I wanted to talk about my favourite booktubers who talk about classics outside of the Victorian world. First, I want to mention Claire from Books and Questions. She is one of my favourite booktubers. She is so great and I've really loved watching her channel for quite a while now. I think since really near it started. I think I've been watching her since right near the beginning. She loves Shakespeare so much and she talks a lot about Shakespeare and I love that. And there don't seem to be that many people on BookTube who are talking about Shakespeare or just who are talking about plays in general. And maybe I am wrong about that. Please direct me to the people if I am wrong. But it doesn't seem to me that there are that many, and maybe I just haven't found them. But anyway, Claire, as well as being generally really nice and interesting, talks a lot about Shakespeare, and she also does a series of finger puppet Shakespeare videos in which she summarises Shakespeare plays with little finger puppet actions, and they're just wonderful. They're just the best thing on the internet, really, quite frankly, so you should definitely go and watch her channel because there are finger puppet Shakespeare plays going on, as well as general analytical discussion on Shakespeare. She is great. Next, I want to mention Whitney from All the Shelves. She is very, very good on 20th century American classics, and at the moment she's doing a series where she's going through sort of pockets of years in the first half of the 20th century with American literature, talking about books from between 1900 to 1910, 1910 to 1920, etc, etc. They are so good, they are brilliant, they're really analytical but also really clear, and you kind of you get a sense of every book by her very small reviews, and I think she is clearly so knowledgeable, and I love it because, as you may have noticed from my channel, I know about British 19th century literature, but that is about all. My knowledge of 20th century British classics is alright, but my knowledge and my extent of reading of non-British classics is quite poor, and I just don't really know much about American classics in the 20th century at all. I have been really enjoying her videos, adding so many books to my TBR that I really want to read, so many that sound absolutely fascinating, and that it will be a period in history that I really want to know more about. So definitely go watch her videos. They are so good and so informative and so interesting. Moving on to some people who are great on 20th century British literature, I want to mention Kirsty from Kirsty on Books. I have been really enjoying her channel for quite a while. She is one of those people who I have actually been watching since before I started making booktube videos. I have been watching her for well over a year and a half, and she loves Virginia Woolf. She is currently doing a master's and has a lot to say about Virginia Woolf and other members of the Bloomsbury group and sort of generally 20th century classics. She's very good on, very knowledgeable. I really enjoy her videos. I think they're such a lovely joy to watch, and I've been watching her for such a long time now that I feel I have to talk about her. She is great. Another person I've been watching since long before I started making booktube videos of my own is Lil from Lil's Vintage World. She loves Jane Austen, who is not Victorian for all that she is 19th century and glorious, and she also loves Agatha Christie. Lil talks so much about Agatha Christie. It was basically her videos on Agatha Christie what made me start reading Agatha Christie earlier on in this year, and I really want to read more because I love them. And I love that Lil talks so animatedly and so happily about Agatha Christie and really loves those books and wants to encourage more people to read them. I think that's really nice because they're often books that get kind of overlooked. Lil's also very interested in history. She talks quite a lot about non-fiction books, which I really like, and also about kind of general history and culture of the 20th century, which is something I really enjoy. And finally, I want to talk about Victoria from A Hermit's Progress. She does have a really massively wide reading range. That is really hard to say. And she reads quite a lot of children's books as well, and non-fiction, quite a mix of that, as well as 20th century classics. But she's really interested in the 20th century, and she really loves Umberto Eco, who is one of her favourite authors. Someone I have not read anything by, but he sounds fascinating. Her reviews are so analytical and so brilliant that you feel so thoroughly educated in like the best, most enjoyable way, and I just really enjoy watching her videos. They are so good. So there we go, that is all for this second shout out video. Next week I'll be talking about my favourite people on BookTube who talk about literary fiction. Do let me know if your favourite booktubers who talk about classics, and I'll be back very soon with another video.